In this video, let's build the login screen. So I actually have taken the screenshot of the Figma design. So this is our Figma design that we have to replicate. And let's start by adding a new module, or I would say a new folder for the under the feature group. So we will name it as login, and then let's just push this up. Okay, so now we have to create a new file. This should be a SwiftUI view, and let's name it as LoginView. Okay, so what we can see is this. We have this background image, and then on top of we have the UI element. So let's start by adding a ZStack, because we have to stack the elements, and then we need the image. So we already have an extension for the image, and I think we have to resize the image, and then we have to set the frame for max height, infinity, and the alignment of top, so that the image can move a little upward. And then after the resize, we have to make it fit the available width of the screen. And after the frame, then we have to use this ignore safe area, and then I can see there is a gradient, like there is a green and white gradient on the login screen. So we need a linear gradient. For the colors, we already have an extension for the green color. So let's start with the clear, because we need a transparent background for the top and middle section, and then on the bottom we need this, I think, dark green color. The gradient starts from top and ends at the bottom. And then we need a VStack, and we actually need the alignment as leading. By default it's in the center. So then we have this text. It says by your favorite, and then we have a new line for the plants only here. So we have this already. We have this custom view modifier, the view modifier for the custom font. So we will use it with large title, and then we just need to set the foreground color as white. And then we have these, I guess, three buttons. So let's start designing the button. We have button, and in the label we will use the text of login, and I think the button should have the heading format, and the foreground color will be white. And then we need to add a padding of 15, and then we need to add a background. So background would be rounded rectangle, I guess maybe 20 for the corner radius, and then we have to fill it with the, I guess, the light version of the green color. And then after this, I guess we need another button. So here we have the text of sign up, and then same, we need to use the heading format, and then the foreground color of white. And this heading format is actually coming from this extension that we created here, and this is actually using this font custom font view modifier that is setting the font for the view. Okay, so we have the foreground color, then we need the padding of 15, then we need a background. It has to be a rounded rectangle, corner radius of 20, and in here we actually need the stroke border instead of the fill, because fill is actually filling the color. So we need this border, And for the color, I guess we should use the dark version of the green, and the line width should be 2. We can check it and maybe make it 1 if it's too much. Then we need another button for this guest, text at the bottom, so text is guest. And then I think we can design with the heading format, and foreground color should be white. We don't need to give it padding. I think we just need to give it a frame max width of infinity so that it can center itself. And then we need to give the padding to this VStack, and to this ZStack we have to set the alignment of bottom so that our VStack is at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, I guess that's all for this screen. We just need to use a state here so that if user clicked on the login or sign in or this guest button, we can move to the other screen, to the second screen, which will be the home. So we need to use this full cover. Need to create a home view for this. So let's just start creating by the home folder. Then we need this new file, should be new SwiftUI view, name it as HomeView. And if user clicks on any of the button, we need to move them to this home view. So now we just need to toggle this on button clicks. So that's all for this login screen. Let's just see how it looks. Okay, it looks good, but I think we need this gradient to ignore the safe area. Yeah, better. And then we need these buttons to have the frame and have max width of infinity so that we can utilize the maximum available space. Yeah, looks better. And then maybe we can have some spacing between the items. So yeah, looks good. Okay, that's all. See you in the next video.